Move over, royals. This woman had the most watched wedding on daytime TV. Now, the honeymoon's over, and Genie Francis is coming to The Young and the Restless. When we come right back, meet the newest star of The Young and the Restless, Genie Francis. Our first guest said "I do" in front of 30 million people, making Luke and Laura's wedding the most watched in daytime television history. This week, she's about to make her debut on The Young and the Restless, where the soap opera sweetheart will finally get to play a bad girl.
I'm going to get what I want. In my own way, my time. Don't question that. And don't cross me. Ever.
Please welcome Genie Francis.
You, Mama.
I know, I got chills. Tell us about this bad girl you're playing.
I am playing Genevieve Atkinson, who comes to Genoa City for revenge. She's a woman with an agenda. She's very narcissistic, and she has some sociopathic tendencies.
So I understand that Oprah is now your acting agent.
That's absolutely true. I must thank Oprah Winfrey here and now. I would not have this job without her. She has made my dream come true as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why? Explain why. You were on her show, right?
I was on her show.
Yeah.
And I talked about, she was asking me whether or not I'd come back to General Hospital. I said, well, I'd like Laura to grow up. I'd like her to be a real woman, not, you know, the eternal ingenue. And that I didn't really want the victim role anymore. And Maria Bell was watching. And she perked her ears up.
Creator
and she created the head writer of Y&R. And she created this wonderful role for me.
Wow. Awesome. That's so cool. And I understand that your husband now is played by Tristan Rogers, who was in General Hospital with you. Was that deliberate?
I don't know that it was deliberate, but it works out very well because Tristan and I are old friends. We have a history together, and he is my husband, and she's coming back after him. So that history sort of plays well. Although I get along very well with Tristan, I adore him.
Oh, gorgeous still, too. Woo!
Gorgeous, and he is the ad-lib king. You never know what he's going to say.
Oh, really? And that's okay with the writers?
So far, they seem to let him do it.
But in real life, your husband is fellow actor Jonathan Frakes, who everyone probably knows best from Star Trek, The Next Generation. How did you two meet?
We worked together several times, actually. We kept working for the same producer. The first time we met, I was 19 years old, and he basically just teased me a lot and made fun of my hair and told me my wig looked good. And then we did a mini-series together called North and South. And there was a long flirtation for several months, and then finally we got together on my 23rd birthday.
Wait, so from 19 to 23, you were just friends and co-workers, and then...
Well, we didn't see each other for those 4 years. I worked with him when I was 19, and then again when I was 22, on my 23rd birthday.
And you guys have two kids, 16-year-old Jameson.
Jameson, we call him Jamo. He prefers Jamo.
And Eliza, who's 13, right?
She's going to be 14 next week.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Now, you guys keep one foot here, other foot in Maine. Is that true?
Yes, I sort of need an antidote to Hollywood, you know.
Maine is so beautiful. Do you love it there?
I do. It's absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, the people are different. And I think that's good for my kids to know that, you know, everything isn't fame and wealth.
Keeps it balanced.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Well, when we come back, Genie is going to open up about the behind-the-scenes drama in her own life, including her battle with drugs. We'll be right back. We are back with Genie Francis.
Now, Genie, you were 14 years old, right, when you joined the cast of General Hospital, which sounds probably pretty exciting to people, but was that hard to start so young?
Well, I certainly didn't know too much about what I was doing. I remember my dad telling me, you absolutely cannot forget your lines. It was the pressure of live TV, but I really wanted to prove myself, and I did. And those early years were very happy years for me. It wasn't until I got a little older, until I was about 17, and really lonely, and not, I was in studio school full time, and the whole thing about being 16 and 17 is you desperately need to find your group of people to fit in with, your clique. And I had, no one my own age around me. Soap operas 52 weeks a year. And so the only choice I had were people about 10 years older than me, the cool people. It was the 80s. Everybody was doing drugs and alcohol. And, the reason I did it was simply because I want to be cool and I want to fit in. I've got to fit into that group. That's the issue of being 16 and 17.
And then it led to a problem?
Absolutely, immediately. It happened.
What were you doing? Like you became an addict, and was it just alcohol or was it cocaine?
No, it was really cocaine. Cocaine was really the problem. Although it was easy to get a drink at that time. As a young woman at 16, it was easy, very easy in that environment.
How long were you doing cocaine for, and what made you snap out of it? How did you snap out of it?
How did I snap out of it? Well, I'd say that it was a year, really. It took 5 years to really get free of it, but 1 year that was really not good for me. I moved out of my parents' house the minute I turned 18, and right along with that came the drug culture and wanting to fit into somewhere. It was a terrifying time. It really was.
How'd you seek help?
I always knew that I was doing something wrong. I was actually afraid to do it the first time I did it. I pretended I'd done it before, and yeah, sure, I do that too, because, I want to get into the party. And, like I said, it was an immediate problem for me. And the alcohol was flowing, and it was just easy. It was like, I jumped ahead 10, 15 years, and I was not a child.
But did you quit on your own, or did you have to seek treatment?
Oh, no, I went for help. I absolutely went for help. Therapy, everything that was available to me, and finally the groups that, gather in rooms were the ones who helped me the most.
So if your daughter wanted the acting life, because she's around that, what would you say?
It's very tough. My daughter wants the acting life.
She does.
She does. Yeah, it's hard for me because she's 14, exactly the age that I was when I started. She looks like me. She is very talented. She's very smart. She just won an award for her writing. She's got so much going for her. I don't want to stand in her way. I will let her do what I know will benefit her. She doesn't have to earn a living. She doesn't have to do a TV series. I want her in touch with her peer group. I want her learning. It's okay. And I remind myself constantly, she's not me. She's not me. She's her own person. And she has different circumstances than I did.
Wow.
Wait, I just want to ask you before we go to break. I was one of the 30 million people watching that Luke and Laura wedding. And I want to know for you what that day was like. Did you have normal wedding day jitters? What was that like for you? 'Cause I swore you guys were really married.
You mean they're not?
Oh, my God. It was a nightmare day because when we went on location back then, it was just absolutely crazy. Everybody screaming and yelling. And I couldn't sit down in the dress because it was so fine it would wrinkle. And it was really uptight. We got champagne from the then Lady Diana Spencer.
Wow.
Hey, guys, did you champagne?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
She did. She did.
From one Spencer to another.
You can see Genie on The Young and the Restless on CBS starting this Friday. Genie Francis, everyone.